Hello world, I'm AK. Welcome back to my Intro to Java videos. You are watching my third video of 7 for my Java Lessons video assignment. This video will demonstrate how to write some codes that utilizes array and be able to trace the codes. Let's begin by opening up doc.java. I want to begin the video by first pulling up the code we wrote in video number 2. I'm going to clear up all the unnecessary parts and go straight to the meat of the code. The first thing you see here is a string called file name. Then we're going to choose a file. It will take the address of the file and assign it to file name. Next, we're going to create a picture object. We're naming this picture object. It will load up a new picture with any given address. The address in this case is stored in file name. The picture will be then placed into the picture object called pict object. This line of code is going to declare a pixel array called pixel array. Each compartment of the array will be able to store a pixel. We're then going to get the pixels from a picture object stored in pict object, and those pixels will be stored into the array. Since there are 16 pixels in pict object, the pixel array will have 16 compartments for each pixel. For us to clearly see this array, I'm going to expand the size right here. The compartment of pixel arrays start with the number 0. Since we have 16, it goes from 0 to 15. That would make 16 compartments, including 0. Next, we're going to declare a new variable of an integer type and call it value. And we're going to initialize it with the value 0. We then have a for each loop. It declares a pixel called pixel. And for each pixel in the pixel array, it's going to run all the code highlighted right here. In the loop, the first thing it gets is the color red. Each of these pixels have 3 primitive data type that we will be working with. The 3 primitive data type are the colors red, green, and blue. The first part of this loop gets the value of red and assign it into the variable called value. It then sets the color red to 0. Since red is already 0, the value is unchanged. Next, it gets the value of green and sets it into the variable called value. This line of code takes the stored value and multiplies it by 0.5. The answer comes out to be 127.5, which is a double type. Since the values stored in the color must be an integer type, we cast this double type back into an integer. And when it does that, it truncates that 0.5 and leaves 127. It then sets the green as 127. The last 2 lines of the loop will get the value blue and store it into the variable called value. It then takes the stored value and multiply it by 1.5. Since 255 times 1.5 is 382.5, it is a double type. Again, we must cast it into an integer. And as we do that, it truncates off the 0.5, and we're left with 382. We then set blue as 382. The set blue constructor automatically rounds any number above 255 back down to 255. Since blue was unchanged, the color stays unchanged. We do this again for every single pixel. The next pixel you see here is pixel array 1. Since pixel array 1 has the same exact color as pixel array 0, the steps will be identical. This loop gets repeated for each pixel in the array. Here at pixel array 3, we have the color yellow, which is made of 255 red, 255 green, and 0 blue. We get the value red and set it to value as 255. We then set red to 0. The pixel then changes its color to green. We then get the value from green and set it to the variable called value. We multiply it by 1/2 again, we cast it to integer, it gets truncated, and it gets set to green. Blue was already 0, so it stays 0. For this one, pixel array number 4, red is 255, green is 0, and blue is 0. After red gets assigned to the variable called value, red is set to 0. Since green and blue is already 0, any multiplier will still make it become 0. And this loop gets repeated for the rest of the 16 pixels. This concludes my code for utilizing an array and tracing the code. Once again, thank you for watching my video. If you can, please give me feedback and I will definitely reply. Goodbye world.